Hi Sean, how are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Brilliant. So we are from Dream About Sports and it's great meeting you today.
Fantastic.
So tell me more about your background and
So if you're talking about my background, my parents were originally from Chennai, from like the Santhome and Kilpauk area, and they moved to Canada when they were young. I was born and raised in Canada. At the age of 16, I moved to the U.S. and I finished high school in the U.S. playing in the Washington, D.C. area. And then went to George Washington University. I majored in chemistry and journalism. And then I did a master's degree at Marymount University where I studied educational leadership.
how long did you play this basketball?
To be honest, I was actually a soccer kid growing up. My dad is a soccer coach. I played soccer. But I had a major event that turned me off of soccer, and I found basketball, and I'm happy every day for that. And so I only started playing in the 8th grade, so only when I was about 13. And between then and the end of high school, I was able to become a very good high school player. I was fortunate enough to have colleges interested in me, and so I've now been involved in basketball, I guess, for about 20, 22 years.
When did you actually decide that you have to give it back to the game again?
You know, I started teaching after university, and it was something I wanted to do. And I didn't really know if I wanted to teach, to be honest, but I also got to coach when I was teaching, and I fell in love with it. I was very fortunate that when I moved to the U.S., I was coached by a gentleman named Bill Sweek. And Coach Sweek played for the legendary coach John Wooden at UCLA. Coach Sweek has 3 national championships, but everything he taught us was with John Wooden and how the pyramid of success and how success comes not from winning and losing, but maximizing your potential, doing the best you can with what you have. And so when I was thinking about it, and as I got older, and I started watching the expansion of basketball, especially with the NBA coming to India, to me, basketball has always been associated with education. And after having coached for so many years at a high level, it became obvious that I could do something. And I was talking with my family, and I started seeing the way that I could combine basketball, India, and education. I'd grown up, clearly I'm Indian American and Indian Canadian, but for me, I didn't have a tangible connection back to the country. And this also became an opportunity for me to learn much more about India. So we started putting together ideas. We wanted to make sure it was a nonprofit. We wanted to make sure that it was about children, it was about education. So we researched statistics, and the education numbers are baffling, and they're startling. And I think a lot of people are in denial about just how few kids finish 10th standard here. And so it became important to me that this is the program we're creating, that it's about education. Basketball is our vehicle of change. And we chose basketball, besides my love and passion of the game, because it's the perfect game for India. It's with a dense population, you just need a basket and a ball, and you can have 10 kids playing. You don't need a huge pitch. You don't need a soccer field. It really you can put it anywhere.
When did you actually start this crossover and the goals behind this, and what's your team?
Sure. So we started, I say we often because I talk about it as a team. I started crossover in the summer of 2010. And so August, September 2010, as an idea, we registered it, and I spent the next year and a half researching how to really put this in. And what I learned was that a lot of things, including that this was not going to be as easy as I thought it was, that India may not be ready for an idea like this. And so in the summer of 2012, myself and 2 other coaches, Neha Soneji and Eric Obasaker, we, on a whim, decided we were going to do it. The 3 of us, we flew to Chennai, we worked with St. Patrick's School over in Adyar, 45 kids, 2 weeks. Can it be done? And we did it on an absolute minimal budget. We were staying with my family here in Chennai, my extended family. I was sleeping on a sofa, but it was about basketball and it was about the kids. After that, then we were able to grow it more, and we were able to do much more every year.
Brilliant. So what's the age group who come here?
Sure. So our intended age group is 8 to 14-year-olds, because every study we've looked at says that children before the 8th standard are most likely to drop out, and so we wanted to, and before 5th standard, so we wanted to engage the children in an activity that showed them that education, you can take what you learn from the field and put it in education. and that it can be fun and engaging and not simply rote memorization in the classroom.
So what's the curriculum for these 2 weeks here?
Sure. So our curriculum is that every day we focus on leadership, character, teamwork, and communication. From that, we pick a theme and we use John Wooden's Pyramid of Success. And we look at how to implement those strategies in what we do. So we rotate the kids between 4 different sessions. So there's a basketball session, a conditioning session, a yoga or defensive position, and then also a classroom session, which the kids actually thoroughly enjoy because they get a chance to interact with our coaches on a much more personal level.
And what goals do you have personally, and so what's the dream about crossover in coming years?
Sure. To not sound cheesy, but the dream about crossover is to one day continue to build these children, but also to build a tuition-free boarding school where we can engage these lower income, lower family children and have them in an environment that emphasizes basketball and academics, with the academics coming first. To design a curriculum that goes from kindergarten through 12th standard, and that each of those kids, we're putting them into a university. Because basketball has given me the opportunity in life to travel around the world, to meet so many people, and I truly believe that with anything, we can do the same with all of these kids here as well.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time, Shaun.
Thank you so much.
It's brilliant talking to you, and I hope to see this crossover coming back every year, and we're going to be part of it.
We will definitely be back every year. We're going to keep building this program stronger, better, and if any of you want to get involved, please feel free to reach out and contact us. We want to continue to make India stronger with the help of everyone in India with us. Thank you.